pollinator garden was put in to help attract all the various pollinators and to provide food for butterflies, bees, moths, various beetles in the form of the pollen and the nectar in the flowers. But it's also designed to feed the caterpillars of several butterflies, which people don't realize is an important part of having a pollinator garden, because if you want to have the butterflies, those caterpillars need something to eat. So we're very happy when we come in and find holes in the milkweed, for example, which is the only kind of thing that a monarch caterpillar can eat. There are many, many varieties of milkweed. That one happens to be a rose milkweed, which is really beautiful. We have bumblebees. We have a variety of wasps. A lot of people don't realize a lot of wasps feed on nectar. But all of those creatures need a lot of pollen and or nectar to survive. We have a variety of plants. All of the ones that we have in here that are supposed to be here are native to the area, which is important because when insects and plants have evolved together, the insects that need the plants for the caterpillars will recognize those plants, and even a similar plant that they didn't evolve with, they might not recognize as food. So a native plant can support many, many, many times more insects, and therefore birds, for example, which depend on the insects. First of all, to use some plants that are native. They don't all have to be. There are some really beautiful ornamentals, like butterfly bushes, for example, that do provide a lot of nectar, but they don't really support any other insects except the ones that need the pollen and nectar. But it's important to avoid all pesticides and herbicides, because those are bad for the animals the insects you're trying to attract. And this garden has plants that bloom from earliest spring clear through fall. The bee balm is just passing its peak of bloom. The milkweed blooms for quite a long time. It's beautiful pink. The yellow ones back here, those are gray-headed coneflowers, and that's a native. Most people are familiar with the pink coneflowers, but there are actually lots of different coneflowers. And this plant that doesn't look like it's doing anything is a sky blue aster. And after all these other plants have quit blooming, this will produce food into the fall.